Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel, whoever you are, wherever you are. I am your host, Passport Nomad, and before I get into today's topic, I would like to ask you to please subscribe to the channel for support and to keep up on all my new posted content. Now let's get into today's content. Here are some reasons why foreigners and expats will leave the Philippines. 1. Cost of living budgeting. One of the common reasons an expat or foreigner will leave is because of poor budgeting. Some people watch too many videos from vloggers hyping up the Philippines saying things like, "You can live like a king over here," saying you could live here on just as little as $500 per month, $750 per month, $1,000 per month, which can, in ways, is true. However, the bigger question they should ask themselves is, can they live comfortably on a $500 to a $1,000 per month budget? Some of these guys come over here and think the dollar is just so powerful that they should live like a millionaire over here. However, this is a false perspective of how reality actually works here in the Philippines. First off, plan ahead. You should have some kind of reoccurring income, which most people go off from that in budgeting their spending habits. Most expats say if you have an income or pension, the ideal income should be between $1,500 and up to live at least comfortably in the Philippines. Now, if you are making less than that, you will most likely are living with a few sacrifices to your comfort as a foreigner, and you choose to live more like the locals. You may not be used to living without an aircon unit in your home during the hot tropical season of the Philippines. On top of everything else, you will have to consider your monthly expenses, which can vary according to your lifestyle. Whatever your lifestyle is in your home country, consider that it may not be the same when you try to live in another country. So the best advice is to have a decent monthly income and budget according to what you can afford and save to put something away for emergency expenses. 2. The infrastructure. Some foreigners may notice and complain about the lack of infrastructure in certain areas and places. For example, some cities may have condensed buildings areas like hotels and high-rise condominiums literally almost everywhere, where construction is always going on and you will hear it going on night and day. They will face traffic problems in cities like Manila. Certain days of the week there will be rush hour traffic where you could be stuck in traffic from 45 minutes or more due to the amount of workers in the cities traveling back to their homes in the provinces. However, the Philippines' infrastructure is ever-changing as new infrastructure projects are being started all of the time. As time goes on, it will become better and better with time. 3. Healthcare. A lot of the guys who come over to the Philippines to live are people who are retired or of older ages. These people don't come here to work, they come here to live out their remaining years. Some of them will have health conditions, and depending on where you chose to live in the Philippines, it may be a problem if you're living out in the province areas far, far away from the nearest hospital or clinic. There are a lot of great doctors and specialists here in the Philippines. Some expats or retirees may have a bit of a struggle due to other things health-wise when it comes to how they received or had access to healthcare in the States compared to the Philippines. So that's another thing to keep in mind. The system of how they do things here is going to be a bit different, and sometimes the process of seeing a doctor may be longer. So some will decide it would be better to be back in their own country, where their healthcare is what they're used to. 4. Foreigners can't own land. One of the top reasons I see some guys leave is because of the fact foreigners who come to live in the Philippines cannot own land by themselves without having to marry a Filipino citizen or have a Filipino partner. As a foreigner, you can't own anything here in your own name free and clear. You must have a natural-born Filipino citizen as a co-signer, where they have a bigger percentage of ownership than you will. Some foreigners see this as a major turnoff when it comes to the Philippines. Of course, this is a different country, and they make the rules and have their specific reasons why it is the way it is. So foreigners will usually go to another country where they are allowed to own land, homes, and etc. 5. Poor customer service. Most Westerners or foreigners are used to having great customer service from their home countries because they are used to their country's level of service when it comes to hospitals, government agencies, bill payments, and so on. However, customer service in the Philippines is different and slower than Western countries. Depending on the business or service being provided can mean a number of problems that the foreigner is not used to, from the scheduling to the long lines, to the employees who only deal with one thing instead of multiple services. It can be frustrating to foreigners because they are not used to the way the Philippines provides its services. Some things that they do here in the Philippines will actually be different or opposite in cases from what the foreigner is used to, and for that reason alone. The foreigner has the option to either accept and adapt or just pack and leave to go back to what they are used to back home. 6 relationship problems. Some guys come over here to find love. They may have the idea in their heads that they will come and meet a beautiful Filipina, fall in love, and get married. However, they may have clashes when it comes to understanding the culture, how different dating is in the Philippines and then theirs, the aspect of what happens when they meet the Filipina's family. There are also other guys who can't find a female here who meets his preferences, and they in turn choose to fly out to a different country to try their luck there. At the end of the day, it's always important to know that you as a foreigner are in a country that dating and marriage culture is going to be different than what you're used to. So if the foreigner leaves because he hasn't found what he is looking for, or he may have had a bad experience, or he just wasn't ready to understand how different dating or marriages works here in the Philippines, to each his or her own. Happiness is what you make it, as they say. 7 jobs. Some expats come here on vacation, and then let's say he likes it here. He even met a beautiful Filipina, and they became serious in a relationship together. However, he is here on vacation. He has work back in his country to return to a whole job. Now, he could stay if he had a remote job and worked from a laptop computer depending on his online occupation. Most foreigners, especially Westerners, won't leave a job that pays their currency salary for a lower-paying currency job in the Philippines that pays nowhere near the same as they would make in their home country. Plus, other than that, if he isn't retired or receiving some kind of reoccurring income, he can't stay. He will have to keep going back to his country to work, save up money, then maybe twice a year take another vacation to the Philippines on repeat. This becomes a long-distance relationship, and over time, anything could happen. If he can't find a means of making a sustainable income while staying in the Philippines, then he will have to keep leaving, and the relationship will eventually fail. She may find someone new who will be with her all the time and well. He, on the other hand, will be flying on the next plane back to his country to start all over again. At the end of the day, the very last reason a foreigner or expat would leave the Philippines would be quite simple. Living in the Philippines isn't for everyone. Some people are used to living a certain way and have become so used to it that they couldn't imagine changing what they already know or are used to. Other people just love the experience of traveling or like to jump from location to location as a way of make a living while enjoying their life, kind of like me. Well, that's all for today. If you have anything to add, any thoughts or suggestions, or even stories to share with the channel, please write to passportnomad17@gmail.com. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. This is Passport Nomad signing off. Take care